Not just decoration. We are transformation. In the beginning was a garden.
This is Garden Studios. Welcome home.
Saying something that he creates is terrible. I'm like,
This was the best one.
exactly.
Thank you for supporting me.
Do your clap.
You have to clap
This is Garden Studios. Welcome home.
Welcome to another episode of Garden Studios podcast.
Here.
So today we have not one, but we have two very special guests. So before I introduce them, I just want to talk about them. First of all, they adopted us
Yes.
into their family. They named me Chemo, which is what does Chemo mean, John?
It's like a gym.
Gym. They named me Chemo, which is Gym. And what did they name you?
I don't remember.
Leilani? Kaylana? Who?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Okay,
Well, they gave us names. That's all. I don't
Kate
remember.
Kualani. I think I'm gonna. Is that a real name, guys? No.
It can be today.
I think it was
Okay.
like Leilani, but I don't
Let's
remember.
just say Leilani because that sounds right. And as you can see, I'm sporting my Hawaiian shirt
Yes.
to represent the island that loved me when I was there.
Oh.
We were there. We were there.
It definitely loved you. It loved you so much.
I felt very loved.
Oh my
the water,
gosh.
the water
It's
loved
like-
you so
let
much.
me just say. Okay, I don't want to talk about the water right now. Can we bring that up later?
It
I wanted this
embraced
to
you.
start off on a good note.
But
We could talk about the water later on. But the food in Hawaii, some of the best.
Yes.
I never knew how good the food was until I came in contact with it. You know what I mean? And so I just want to thank you, the entire island of Oahu.
Yes.
Oahu, did I say that
period.
right?
Yep, you said it right.
For loving us so well, for treating me like a local, and yeah. And so our guests today.
Thank you, Island. Island says you're welcome.
So our guests today, we're cousins now, right?
Yep.
Guys?
Yep.
We're cousins legally. Also, it's legally bound by the blood.
Oh,
we just
It's contractual. That's what he
Don't
said.
make me throw
Do it.
throw my shoe.
Wait a minute.
She knows
And-
all about that.
This I've never seen a family steward community as well as this group of people. They're not just a family; they're basically a clan. Y'all are a big family.
We're a mob. That's
It's
what they
like
say.
Yeah.
five
That is-
sisters.
Mhm.
How many brothers you guys?
Three
have?
brothers.
3 brothers.
Yeah.
So
And so one of the things that we try to strive towards is good community in Garden Studio. And I don't know anyone else that does it as well as this set of people. So with no further ado, let's clap it up for Shantelle and Sherri.
Oh, thank you guys.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Thanks for coming.
Thank
How
you
you
guys
guys
for
feeling?
having us. I'm feeling great.
There's a long pause there.
I'm
Might have to
speaking
edit that
it
out.
into
Might
existence.
have to edit
There you
that out.
go.
I'm just
Pauses.
kidding.
I'm
Dramatic
confident.
effect.
I'm courageous.
Come
that's,
on.
That's what we're feeling.
Period.
That's good.
Period.
Period.
So usually when we start off our episodes, we talk about the word of the day. And so the word of the day is basically we choose a random word that's silly that no one ever uses, and whoever can use it in a sentence throughout the entire podcast wins the word of the day. Now, it has to be super organic. You can't just yell it out. And if you just yell it out, everyone will veto you, and then you don't win.
How do we veto?
they're like, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
It doesn't count.
You just go, no. So, so it has to be good.
Okay.
Okay.
So today, our word of the day is
Calipigian.
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 How do you say it again?
Calipigian.
Calipigian. And so calipigian, it means having a well-shaped buttocks. So is there an example that we can? Okay, no, we shouldn't do that. We're a Christian
Yeah,
podcast.
I was like, wait.
Um,
So is this having a well-shaped buttocks?
But isn't that subjective?
Is that like an adjective?
It's an adjective.
Okay.
I looked at
it's an adjective.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so someone might say Paul is very calipigious.
That is not the word.
That's not-
veto.
Oh, well, can I? Okay,
Does it have? Wait, does it have to be the exact word that we see?
it has to be the root word. Like you can say
Okay.
It hasn't.
I renege my veto.
So you can say calipigianistic.
That was just an example. So it hasn't.
Calipigianism.
Oh.
So yeah. So that's activated from now on. So whoever gets that in a sentence, I'll be very impressed first of all. But yeah.
I'm thinking real hard right now.
Oh, you're scheming already.
So wait, what do we get if we win it?
I love
there's a prize. What's the prize, babe?
I don't know.
Young one, which is our good Korean friend, will cook a 50 course Korean meal.
Oh, period.
I didn't. That's right, 50. 50.
50.
Yeah, she has. Yeah.
So no matter who wins, she's cooking.
She's cooking.
Yeah.
Yes, she agreed to this prior.
Yes,
I love that.
I'm for this.
So yeah, and she's actually a great cook. She made us
Japchae.
He said japchae.
And it was.
Hopefully we're doing her
great. So yeah, today our subject is family renaissance or family community. There's no one else. I mean, when I first came over y'all's houses, like you could feel the family there. You guys just steward that really well. I wanted to ask, growing up, how did that happen? Was that something natural? Like how did you guys build those values growing up? Was there a time where that wasn't a thing and you guys kind of had to work it out, or is it like I mean, I'm sure we're family, so every family has to work things out. That's part of it. But like, were those standards already there, or were those values already there growing up?
I would say yes. I would say it started with my grandma. And although there was like a lot of questionable things, it's very much in our culture. So it's something that's cultural and just natural to us, I think. It's finding out how to do kingdom family. So I think that the foundation was there, but the values came when Jesus came. And so we've learned how to create that and steward it because of the word, because of, allowing Holy Spirit to lead us. Because it's not like we grew up surrounded by that.
Right. So we have Gentile and Philistine viewers. So for those viewers that are non-Christian, I'm sorry for calling you guys Gentiles. What would be the difference between a family and a kingdom family?
The difference. So I would say that family is like relative, right? I think when you bring kingdom into it, you understand the intentionality of mom, of dad, of brother, of sister. Now, when I'm outside of kingdom, I mean, there can be strong bonds, but if you understand why the Creator chose that person specifically for you to bond with, I think that goes deeper. So you can definitely have bond and have family outside of kingdom, but I think kingdom invites you into a deeper understanding and a deeper intimacy when it is related to family relationship.
Gotcha.
I think more like completely piggybacking off of what Sherri just said, I think more than just intimacy, it actually calls you into better communication. Like if we're not trained to take God out of things, but if we put it in a perspective of the Gentile perspective, like Sherri could be my sister and I could be selling drugs, right?
Quick question, are you? No.
You know.
We don't know.
I don't do that.
She doesn't.
I don't do that.
No, I was gonna say, like, aren't you a pharmacist? No.
Oh, well, I'm a medical technician, but I don't even use that license. Look, I work at Little Caesars. Hey. Come visit me at Little Caesars. But yeah. So if we weren't in the Lord and I was selling drugs, and Sherri had more of a greater sense of communication, the kingdom aspect of it would be that Sherri would love me. She would love me enough to communicate with me, hey, actually what you're doing is wrong. Like, yeah, you're getting money, and yeah, you have street credit. People respect you, but in the end, you're still going to be in the ground. Like, you're just going to be dead.
Right.
And you really want the legacy that you leave behind for people to remember you by is by you selling dope on the corner? Right. Or do you want people to know you as someone who loved people well enough to actually try and do better?
Right.
I think
good.
that for me, it's a little extreme, but that can be a bigger perspective for the Gentile.
I think in the world, family is optional.
Yeah.
I think in the kingdom, family is necessary. It's vital to understanding God, the full picture, to be able to take all of him in. Right. When he first spoke, he said, "Let us." You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So that speaks to who he is and how we should see things when we see, when we're looking at his creation or his people or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Back to the drug dealing thing. I know you're not. That was that was all a joke. Period. But let's say you were. What would be your gangsta name? I'm just curious. What would be your street name?
You want to know my street name?
Yeah. What was you had a street name?
You want to know?
She has one.
Okay.
Whoa.
No. I was like, ooh.
That was putting me out here like that. No, I'm just kidding. No, I never had a street name. But if I did have a street name, it would be Calipigeon.
I love it.
Oh, how you like me now?
Is it because Calipigeon, like, okay, so she just used the word of the day. She won. I'm not going to veto that. The only reason I'm not going to veto that is because you guys in Hawaii, you guys have a language called Pidgin.
Yes,
Pigeon,
we do.
yeah.
Is that why you did that?
Yeah, it's like California Pigeon.
Right.
Drop this whole mic
I'm
on
right
the thing. Period.
That was very well thought out.
That was very well thought out. Now that we're in the topic of Hawaii, can I talk about the waters of Hawaii?
Okay,
Yes,
if you're only if
please.
you're comfortable.
It's very
though.
vulnerable. I feel comfortable
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
Earlier, I felt a little bit attacked when someone brought it up. Honestly, in my mind, when she started talking about it, I'm like, why are you trying to hurt my feelings right now?
Oh, no.
That's honestly, I was
It's
like,
the hurt feelings for me.
yeah, I wanted to do like healthy confrontation.
We love that. We
Communication,
love
like
to see
family.
it. That's what we do.
Oh,
Right. I forgot who
yes.
brought it up. Somebody brought it up.
It doesn't always look healthy.
But
it ends healthy. Period.
That's what makes it healthy.
Period. Okay.
was it last summer we were there?
It was last summer.
Last summer. We went to Hawaii because your sister Shay was getting married.
Yeah.
And we went. Your dad, who's an amazing professional surfer, right? Professional body
surfer, yeah.
Okay, real.
Chantelle's right cracking.
Okay, wait.
I feel hurt that you're laughing so much. This really marked me, Shantelle. This broke me as a person.
But you're still here today. That's why I
overcame.
Look, you can ask Young. I laugh at everybody. I don't. It's okay.
Okay, can I just say something? I'm gonna say this very vulnerable story. If anyone laughs, I'm shutting down the podcast.
I'm sorry.
Because this moment in my life really broke me, guys.
I can
It
hold
really
my
broke me.
breath
I
for
don't-
16 counts. Can you do it in 16?
Honestly, guys, I feel really hurt. Like, if you guys laugh at me while I'm telling this story, like, this is a revelation. I had an encounter under that water. And so if you guys laugh at me, I feel like you guys are attacking
tell the story. Come on,
Come on,
tell
we
the
gotta hear the
story.
story.
I can't swim. I can't swim, guys. I'm Filipino. I can't swim. It's a disgrace. I'm very self-conscious about it. Most Filipinos, they throw their babies in the water first second they're born. And they swim. That's the thing. Yeah, with the umbilical cord and everything. That's how they pull them back.
Well, I mean, like, in the womb, they're technically in water, right?
Yeah. And then they throw them out again. Back to the
Way.
They're like, you got this figured out.
Pop
Anyways,
out, boom,
so
get you in the water.
they forgot to do that to me when I was born.
Way.
They forgot. And so
Okay.
I never learned how to swim. And so I felt very safe going out in the water with you guys because your dad is a professional surfer. Shout out to Uncle Joe.
Like
I seen him
that.
swim. He looks like a dolphin. I'm pretty sure he went at one point.
Yep.
He was so good. I couldn't believe, like, in and out of the waves. He said he punched a shark. Like, and so I was like, wow, this man is Aquaman. He's Jason Momoa. I'm
Pretty
good.
much. Joe Momoa.
And so we went to a surfer beach, and then right away this lifeguard ran up to me and goes, surfers only. And I felt attacked. And so I said, do I not look like a surfer? Okay, Sherri, I love you, but you're laughing at me.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, and then so we
Went to another beach.
I didn't say that. That's a joke. That's what I said in my mind. We went to a more calm beach, and that beach was called
Malaikahana.
Mulukalana. and
like
and the waves were still strong, but it was more chill, right?
it was choppy though.
It was yeah.
was
I don't know
like
what that
kept
means,
coming.
but
Yeah.
it's choppy, and so I went in the water with Uncle Joe. He was right next to me, and then you know, my version of swimming is going deep enough so that the water's like chin, and then I would tiptoe back in. I would just like tiptoe my big toe, and I would just bounce up and down.
Not
I'm like,
your big toe,
I'm
bro.
I'm like, guys, I'm swimming. I'm not really swimming.
He's just bouncing in the water.
But then I have a bad knee, and as I'm bouncing up and down, like I'm on the trampoline, I felt my knee pop out of place, and so I'm one toe, and the waves push me back more. So I'm just my big toe would touch it, and I would push my. Good thing I got strong big toe, and it would be just enough to go. And Uncle Joe was right next to me the entire time. After about 5 minutes of me drowning, he goes, "Hey, Paul, you okay?" And I go. He didn't help me. He respected my like as a man. Like, hey, Uncle Joe, I'm ready to die, bro. Like, and I honestly respect him for trusting me. But finally, I made it back to shore after about 15 minutes of drowning. I fought for it, and I learned something that day, and is that I'd rather die than to be helped. And that really opened up my eyes, guys. So thank you for Hawaii. Even though that was a painful lesson. That's what family does. He respected the boundaries. He said, okay, if you die, you die.
Well.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. Did I take it too far?
Well.
Sorry.
We do definitely respect boundaries.
So, okay. So,
If you were actually going to die, he definitely would have
would've
saved
saved you,
you.
I'm sure.
He'd be like, bump your pride,
He was just,
man. He would've
you
yanked
said
you
love that the island of Oahu embraced you.
Right.
So the ocean was giving you its
The
embrace.
ocean was just hugging me.
Yeah.
It was baptizing you. The Lord was
Just
like,
trying to take
you know
you
what?
deeper, you know?
It's like, you know that song where it's like, if grace was an ocean,
I'd be sinking.
God was just showing you some grace.
is
Yeah.
an
But
ocean,
grace.
We're all sinking.
Yep.
So I was like,
she
sometimes
said
the
in the
love
song.
of God is like pruning. Like you're dying. It hurts.
Definitely.
Yep.
That's what sisters do for you.
So my friend is a metal worker.
Right.
My friend's a metal worker, and if you look at his hands, he's got a bunch of burn marks. And I asked him, like, why do you have burn marks? He said when he's welding, sometimes he forgets to put on his gloves, and he burns himself. And the thing with the Bible verse, iron sharpen iron, is that it requires fire, and it requires people that you're willing to have friction with. How does that look like in a family and doing that well?
He's setting us up.
Because we're called to sharpen each other, you know what I mean? And but in order to sharpen each other, it requires friction. How have you guys dealt with that? Because honestly, in the Filipino family, friction is just swept under the rug because no one wants any friction. The way you make up, like if I had a fight with my brother, the way we know we're good now is you ask him silly questions that make no sense. Like if we get into a fight, 10 minutes later I'll go up to him like, yo, the fridge in the kitchen, is it still there? Yeah. All right. And then after we have something like that, like we know we're good.
Like if he answers you.
Right.
But if he doesn't, then
That'll be
y'all
not
ain't-
yet. You gotta ask him another question.
Got
later.
it.
You gotta ask him like 5 minutes later. Give him some time to recover.
Another
Yeah.
question.
Or you offer food.
Yeah.
Like if you get a fight with your parents.
Period.
That's
they're
more like the parents though.
Yeah, the parents. They'll give you food, and if you eat, that means, oh, you're okay.
But they don't say sorry.
Yeah, so it means
That's
you're
their
good.
sorry. So how do you guys do that in a more healthy way?
I would say culturally growing up, our cultures are very much the same. Like, in Hawaii, culture is like, if you have a problem, you can argue, but you have no idea where you end up landing. Like say we were in Hawaii and we didn't know Jesus. Sherri and I started arguing about like, oh, well, I want to dye my hair red. Sherri like doesn't like the fact that I want to dye my hair red. She'll probably be like, oh, well, red doesn't suit you. And then I could like completely fire at Sherri. Like, oh yeah, well that's why you suck, you know, like blah 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 blah. Say something super, super like hurtful, and then she could either fire back or just be like, whatever, just dye your hair anyway. You'll just look dumb anyway. You know, like she wouldn't actually say that in real life, but like that would be it in a conversation. Like it doesn't matter where you land. It's more like as long as everyone has the chance to like argue, kind of thing.
So you guys are like straight shooters. You guys,
some people are.
Gotcha.
Pretty much. I would say, adding on to what Shantelle was saying, is that I think it's a common thing that all cultures sweep things under the rug, because it's like, if we're not fighting, then we're fine. But that's not true.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's that we can sweep it under the rug, but it's still going to be there. So we've learned to just address things head on, because it becomes uglier the longer we wait. But we've created rules. No matter how ugly it gets, we're going to land in love.
Always.
So that, and I personally have learned just that relationship is more important than truth. Because a lot of times when we are arguing, we're arguing so that the other person hears our perspective. They accept our truth as their truth, or our reality as their reality, right? And so there's always that bumping of heads, because it's like, you view this situation differently, I view it differently. But I've learned that I have to choose the relationship. So it doesn't matter if what you're saying isn't true. My relationship with you, Shantelle, is more important than whether you believe that my fact is actually fact. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's going to be a fact, but I might lose this, you know what I mean, fighting for that to be, it's not priority. Right. My relationship with you is priorities. But we've always maintained that it gets ugly. Like it's gotten like, we've told some stories.
How ugly?
Like till like we're okay. So we all did ministry school. So the year that we all went to ministry school, we were living 15 people in a house.
15.
Look, and it was legal. Fire martial
village.
law. We get it. It's legal. We already looked it up. Period. Check me.
Period.
But say people had a problem.
Right.
We went about it in a way where it's like, we want to, if we witness the problem, then we're going to witness the problem ending and coming into fruition of love. If you don't know what fruition of love means, it means we're going to argue, say everything that we need to say, get everything out. And then at the end of the conversation, make sure that we all love each other and we still love the Lord at the end of the night. Amen. Amen. Moving forward. Sometimes that would mean everyone weighing in on what happens in front of their eyes. And sometimes that would go till 3 a.m.
Real talk.
And, you know, like, after 11 o'clock, I don't know about everyone else in the world, the Gentiles or whatever, but after 11, I'm like, filters off. Like, we're done. Like, I'm screaming at you. I don't know what I'm saying, but apparently, like, we all have a problem, so it's a problem. Sometimes it looks that way.
So 3 a.m. Well, what time would that conversation start?
Like 5 sometimes, because we initiate a family meeting.
Yes, just show your reaction to the cameras for me. Yeah.
10 hours.
Yes.
And so, okay, so let's say, can we just reenact something? Okay, I'm your brother now.
Okay.
And you baked a cake. And then you're like, you ever were out of the house and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to eat this when I get home.
Oh my God.
And then you get home and you find out I ate all of it.
That was actually a real thing.
That was a thing.
Okay,
That
so this is
happens to me
perfect.
too.
And so I eat it. I still have crumbs all over my face. And then some of the icing is on my shirt. Okay, how does that conversation start? Getting that.
I'm there already.
I'm like, dang.
It's a trigger.
That cake was
She's
good.
triggered.
What cake was that? Who made that cake?
Where did you find that cake?
The fridge, the second aisle, right next to the soda and the spam musubi.
And you didn't think to ask anyone if it was theirs before you ate it?
No one's name was on it.
Does somebody's name have to be on it for it to belong to somebody else?
Wait, why are you so? Why are you coming at me? Was it yours?
It actually was.
It was really good. You did a great job cooking.
Thanks. You know, actually, next time I would like to enjoy that. The cake that you ate.
So usually, okay, cut. So that would be how it starts. So let's fast forward to 11 p.m. How?
No, see, you were being really nice. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I was too nice.
I think it's
That's
more
why I
of
was
a
coming
like
out the way I was.
we always from the outside looking in, it's always the thing of like, well, your name wasn't on it.
You have to give an attitude.
That's what
Yeah.
I said.
Can I
So
try
it's
again?
like-
Be a name? Okay.
Can I
Yeah.
try again? Okay.
Okay.
Rewind.
Hold on. Let me get into place. I'm Hawaiian. I'm Chemo. Call me Chemo. Okay. I'm
Chemo.
good.
Okay, Kimo, hurry up.
What's up, brother?
What's up?
What's up? Oh,
Attitude.
I got cake all over me. Whose cake was that in the fridge? It was so good.
It was mine.
Oh, I didn't see your name on it. Should have put your name on it.
Why do I have to put my name on it? Why can't you just ask if it's somebody's cake?
There's 14 other people in this house.
There's literally 14 people in the house, and there's one piece of cake left. You really not gonna ask
There
if
was
somebody else wants to have cake?
First of all, there's 2 pieces.
there was 2, or
That's
was there
accurate.
one?
There was 2.
How
I
do
ate
you
2.
know?
But was any of them yours?
Was it any of them mine? It didn't say it wasn't mine.
Oh, so just because your name is not on it doesn't mean it's not yours?
Okay, don't do riddles. First of all,
No. Don't tell me what to do.
Don't
First
do-
off,
don't
don't
do
tell
riddles.
me what to do.
Don't do riddles.
Chemo, you're my
What's
brother.
up?
You should know me by now.
my
Why would
sister,
you?
of
Why
course
would
I
you
know
eat the
you.
cake? You were probably in the house when I baked
I'm
the cake.
so hungry. I haven't eaten in 2 hours.
Whose fault is that? It's
What
not
do
my
you mean
fault.
by hungry?
Like super hungry. Like I could hear it.
You ate? You didn't eat for 2 hours.
Okay, so
that's not my fault.
so that's
why
how-
did you eat my cake?
Okay, this is fake.
Yeah.
Hold on.
But this is how it goes.
Okay, you scared me because you clenched your fist.
Oh,
Don't clench your fist.
but I'm not clapping, so it's okay.
Okay, good. I got a little nervous. We might have to take a break. I have to use the
Oh
bathroom.
no.
Okay, so how many hours of that would you say before you guys come to a resolve? Some days, I know that's the worst case scenario, right? Some days it's like 10 hours. At what hour would you say, oh, man, I'm so sick of this conversation. Let's just be friends again.
Okay.
It always takes a mediator.
Yeah.
Oh, so there needs to be a third person. So then,
Yeah.
Sherri, you would probably come in, and how would you
Sherry's
handle
definitely the mediator of the family. She's
I think
like
I could
the
see
most
that.
level-headed.
Multiple.
Yeah.
But don't get it wrong, because some people who were living with us, they came
forgot
to me
that
and was
Sherry
like,
Sherry.
"Oh, I never knew there was a gangsta Sherri."
Gangsta
Gangsta
shit?
Yes, there's a
Oh.
gangsta Sherri, and she comes out every now and then.
Urban Sherri comes out.
Urban Sherry.
But very,
Look it up on Urban
very,
Dictionary.
seldom.
Right.
But yes, I normally would be like, wait, hold on, like let's just pause.
Right.
Let's just take a breath, and let's find out what's really going on, right? Because it's not really ever about the cake.
It's more about the fact that it was mine and I wanted it, and you took
And
away
I
that experience.
disrespected
So
it.
disrespect.
So let's
Yeah.
play that. So Sherri walks in, and what would that look like? So we're still mad.
So Shantelle, like, why are you mad at Chemo for eating your cake?
Yeah. Why?
Because he ate my cake, and then he tried to tell me that because my name wasn't on it, that it was just his, that it wasn't like it's the principle of it all, Sherri. Like he just, yeah.
So Chemo, why did you eat the cake?
Like I said, I haven't eaten like 1 hour and 45 minutes.
So that makes.
But
it
why
better.
the cake though?
It had chocolate. I love chocolate.
So just because there's chocolate in the fridge, it means
Did
that
you?
it's yours to eat.
Okay, hold on, Shantelle. Just chill.
Yeah. Just
Did
chill.
you?
Don't talk to me like that. First off, what you not gonna do? But it
So
really
it's like,
happens that.
so it's like of all the things that were in the fridge, I understand you love chocolate
I love it.
and you were hungry.
Favorite.
If you really wanted the chocolate, why didn't you ask someone for it?
I was. I don't know.
Oh, now you don't know.
Okay, Shantelle, chill. So normally it's like, and then I'll be like, okay, everyone take accountability. So so Chemo, you understand that you actually, it's not just about eating the cake, but you actually, broke a boundary, for her, where she's like, this is my stuff. We're in a big family. We don't get a lot of things just to ourselves. So the cake for her is like her thing. You know what I mean? And you ate it. Like,
'Cause
can
we
you
live with
acknowledge
15
that you
people.
did that? And sometimes, I would say 50% of the time, there's no acknowledgement at first. It's like we have to talk it out.
Right.
Cause then it's like, oh, but remember the time you did this?
Oh, there's receipts.
Oh, baby.
So then we have to bring back, okay, come back down. Like, let's remember love keeps no record of wrongdoing, So what was it really? Why are you still holding on to that? So now we're addressing unforgiveness. Now we're addressing other things, you know what I mean?
Right.
That get thrown into the mix of the cake.
Yeah.
So at the end of it, I'd probably say something. Chemo would probably come to a realization that it was disrespectful, and probably say something like, "It was the best cake I've ever eaten." But
Too soon.
But it was your cake. So can I just say something? I repent, and I want to make it up to you. I'd like to make you a cake.
I actually like that.
I mean, I like
the
that
hand,
too.
but that I've never
I like
heard
the
that
fact
before.
That you're gonna
Well,
make me a cake, but that's not what we normally like.
Okay, gotcha.
We wouldn't.
So what would that conversation look like at the end? What would someone say? What would the chemo say at the end?
No, you would say what you said.
Okay.
Yeah.
But minus the rebaking you a cake.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. So chemo's really nice at the end.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. Shout out to all the chemos out there.
Shout out to our parents
on the North Shore.
Period.
Love you. So yeah. So that's good to know. So now next time we fight, babe, we just know we have to walk through the steps. And that was actually a real thing. She actually ate my cake.
No, I didn't.
She didn't.
Oh.
Making that up.
No, but you did eat my shawarma earlier today, and I
I
let you have
asked
it.
for it. I asked, and he said yes, so I didn't
See?
steal it.
No, I didn't answer.
Well, see,
He moved
this
the
is
plate
actually-
towards me, so I was like, okay.
This is a normal thing.
Right.
Where like, sometimes we'll ask, and
Right.
then or like the twins will ask me, and then I'll be like, yeah, sure, and then I'll forget. And then it'll be like guns blazing for a whole 5 minutes. Like, Shantelle, no, I asked you. When did you ask me? You remember we were standing right here? I was like,
That sounds way too familiar.
wow.
That
I mean, you were right. Sorry.
That sounds really familiar. I'm sorry, babe. I did give you shawarma. For our next segment, we're gonna do viewer questions. This viewer question is from Joe K from Idaho. I'm living with my 27-year-old roommate who's a mess. I'm 23 years old and still keep the house in clean condition. I don't want to confront him because I don't want things to get awkward. But at the same time, I can't keep living this way. What should I do?
Confront him.
So
Yeah.
what would you tell Joe?
Well, I think. Oh, I don't know if I should. You go first, Sherri. You go first.
Joe, I would say you have to confront him. I definitely believe there's a way that it can be received. You definitely don't want to go up to your roommate and be like, it's so messy here. Like you need to be cleaning. This is what you aren't doing and all of those things. But I think that it's more of like a, hey, I think that, it would be best for all of us or both of us to live in unity, right? Because we got to be on the same page if this is going to work out. And what that looks like is this. What are you willing to do and what aren't you willing to do? Because it's like, I think a lot of times we have expectations of people, but we never voice them.
Right.
So it's like, let's put all of our expectations out there, and then let me be real with you of which ones I actually know that I can meet and which ones I'm unsure I can meet and which ones I know I'm just not willing to do that, you know?
Huh. What do you think, Shantelle? What would you do if you were Joe?
If I was Joe, if it was just me for real, I would start a whole riot.
Let me rephrase that. What do you think Joe should do to help him out in this situation? Is that a good?
I like that. Yep.
I think
because you clenched your fist together. I got
It would
worried.
be a
Again.
whole riot.
yeah, it would be a riot. Start a riot. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not really kidding, but not for you, Joe. Don't do it because you're not me. Period. But I think Joe should first off. Wait, I should preface with saying, does Joe believe in God?
I don't know.
Okay, well, Joe, wherever you are, you need to do some self-reflection and figure out why you let it go on for so long. Because I think when you let it happen for so long, that's what puts so much tension on having conversations like that, right? Versus in the beginning where it's just like, hey, do you actually mind washing your own dishes? Like, if you don't want to help clean around the house, like, at least clean your stuff.
Right.
Right. And I mean, a lot of people will see that as passive aggressive, but it's actually very needed because it's like, if I'm living with you and we're not related at all, we're just roommates, really what I'm doing is I'm voiding the guard of my personal space and I'm letting someone into it. Right. So if Joe, that's his name, right?
Joe.
I don't know why I thought I forgot his name.
Idaho.
If Joe from Idaho forgot that he was supposed to communicate that from the beginning, I would say at this point, you really have to like sit down, have a moment with the Lord or a moment of clarity, however you choose to go about that. And then you really have to bring it out of you, because it sounds like Joe has problems like asking people or telling people.
Sorry, Joe. Hey, Joe. We're family right now. This is confrontation with you. We love you.
Yeah.
Joe,
you
can have my number and my email afterwards, okay? We can talk this out if I hurt your feelings. I'm so sorry. I'll see you in Hawaii. One day you'll be in Hawaii. I'm prophetic. Trust me, I know. But I just think that Joe has to know how to communicate in that arena, right? Because yes, it can be uncomfortable, but the reality is that your living space is your living space.
Right.
And we've actually experienced it where we've had like 3 different families coming into one household. That means that 3 different living styles are all in one household. But we all had to come under the same decision and be like, okay, in order for everyone in this house to actually be like happy with the space that we have, we actually have to put work into it.
Well, the Bible says, how can 2 walk together lest they agree?
Yeah.
Right. So unity is really important. And it also says that where brethren dwell in unity, that's where the blessing of the Lord is.
Period.
You know? So I think that's super important. But I want to answer Joe from a different angle.
Go for it.
If that's okay. I would say, rather than seeing the mess, I would challenge you to see your roommate like into why maybe he's messy or she's messy, and maybe going after that, maybe that being the talking point rather than the mess. Maybe it's like, hey, I'm not sure what's going on. Like, how are you feeling? Like, are you stressed out? You know what I mean? So rather than just addressing the symptoms of the problem or the issue, you're saying like, I see you. And I think when we really see people and we love people, those things that like messiness or whatever that may be symptoms of a problem they're not, dealing with, I think that we create safety for them. So now they're like, oh, you know what? I realize that I've been messy. And it's because like I've been stressed out. I've been dealing with anxiety. Like when I, at work's been tough. And now you're not just seeing a mess, but you're seeing actually this is the result of something. And let me love you right there where you're at. So now there's more grace to deal with the mess. You're not just trying to clean up a mess and keep it organized. You actually want to deal with addressing what is the reason this person is manifesting in this way.
Right. That's good.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
What about you, Ben? What do you think?
I mean, they said it. I feel like it is important to like confront, but coming in a place of like humility. Because if you come in attacking, of course, the roommate's guard is going to be up. It's going to be like, doesn't even want to listen to what you have to say. But when you come in a place where you're actually fighting for connection, like they were saying, it will open up the roommate's eyes like, hey, yeah, actually, I don't know why I'm doing this. But yeah, like what Sherri says, I agree. It's like finding the root of the problem instead of just the symptoms. So yeah, it's like your approach, but also doing it because you want to have like that connection as a roommate,
Well, I would say, Joe, I think I'm just going to combine everything that y'all said is set your boundaries. I think that's a good thing. Set your boundaries. Know your value. You know what I mean? And also see what the person's going through. And like what Sherri said, don't just try to fix the mess, but try to help the person behind the mess. Yeah. So, yeah, Joe, we're praying for you. Joe came from Idaho.
Yes.
And we're praying for your roommate. With that being said, we're going to move on to our last segment.
Yeah.
Which is
5-minute song.
5-minute song challenge.
Let's put a timer.
So for this segment, we have a bunch of
Random
subjects
categories.
in this hat.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my hand in there and choose one, and then
That'd be good.
our subject of the day is
Gas prices.
gas prices. So we're gonna take the next 5 minutes
Okay.
to
You got your guitar?
formulate a song about gas prices.
You want me to put this for your?
Oh, so the
guitar?
song it doesn't have to be 5
that's
minutes
fine.
long.
Oh no,
It's
we have
written
5
in
minutes
5
to
Yeah, we
write
have
it.
5 minutes to write it.
5 minutes to write a song.
Yeah. Okay. So let's
Okay.
switch seats, babe. Okay, let me go there. Okay. Switcheroo.
Okay.
Switcheroo.
We know when to press the 5 minute.
All right.
So close.
Okay.
You would have been asking for it's just that.
All right. All right. Let me know when you're ready, and I can press the
Okay. So
timer.
I'm playing guitar here, girl. So I'm gonna give you a little song.
Okay. Okay. Does it have to be like an actual structured song?
Let's go off.
Anything.
You got this, girl. I'm here for you.
I'll help you pay your gas prices. It's
Come on.
Gas prices too high today.
Hey.
The $20 that I put, it don't stay.
Hey. Let's take that again. Gas prices too high today.
The $20 that I put, it don't stay.
It don't stay.
No,
It don't stay.
it don't stay.
It don't stay.
No,
It don't stay.
no.
Let's do another hook.
Okay, okay, okay.
Let's do another hook. You got something?
I think it used to be low, but it ain't low no more. It used to be low,
Better get it, girl.
but it ain't low no more. Gas prices in the state of California got me tripping like I'm home in Hawaii. Yeah,
Because y'all know it's expensive.
because you know it's expensive as mess. That's wrong.
With that being said, shout out to who's the guy's name again? Joe.
Joe in Idaho.
Thank you,
Love
Joe.
you, Joe from Idaho.
And thank you for joining us today. And yeah, so Shantelle, you won a 50-course meal from Young One Lee.
Yes, Young One. They said if
Yes.
we use the word right, you're cooking 50-course
Yeah.
Korean
So
meal.
and you are.
Oh.
And so thank you guys for joining us. With that being said, we love you
Not
guys.
not just decoration. We are transformation. In the beginning was a garden.
This is Garden Studios. Welcome home.